This one, when you finish. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, members of the press. A very warm welcome to this press conference titled Young Heroes of Climate Justice. I'm Ankita Manjunath, youth representative for Brahmakumari's Environment Initiative. I'm your moderator for today's session. In the ongoing landscape of climate action, our press conference shines a light on the meaningful contributions of some interesting emerging young contributors. And we're going to understand how much they've dedicated towards global climate crisis. These young voices represent diverse backgrounds and regions, each offering a unique perspective and solution to the challenges we face. From grassroots community engagement to innovative storytelling and environmental advocacy, our speakers embody the spirit of resilience and commitment, crucial for a sustainable future. Join us as we dwell into their experiences, initiatives, and insights together. Let's explore the transformative power of youth-led efforts in the pursuit of climate justice. I would like to introduce Nancedalia Ramirez as a young leader from Mexico. She's a passionate advocate for community forestry, beginning her journey as a community forestry promoter in Ejido Cordon Grande. Nancedalia is also a dedicated youth, fostering the active participation of youth and women in managing local forests. She is also the first woman secretary of Ehdal Comenciarit and coordinator of the youth movement of the Mesoamerican Alliance of Peoples and Forests. She stands at the forefront of empowering communities for sustainable forest management. Over to you, Nancedalia. Please give a brief of what your purpose is. Yeah.
She needs translation.
I would like to introduce our next speaker, Loe Altrash, a young expert in water and environmental issues. He has dedicated 9 years to the field, holding a BSc and a master's in water and environmental engineering. Loe passionately advocates for the intricate connection between water and the environment. Serving as the chairman of the Arab Youth Green Voices Network, Loe actively supports transformative change in addressing climate change and environmental challenges across the Arab world. Over to you, Loe. Please give us a brief of your work.
Thank you for this opportunity to be here today. I am Loe Altrash from Palestine, and I am, as my colleague mentioned, I am water and environmental engineering. For now, I am the chairman of the Arab Youth Green Voices, and this network is a non-profit civil society network. Its organizer young men and women from most of the Arab countries. It seeks to support transformative change in the issue of the climate change and environment problems by raising awareness of these issues, focusing on the efforts of the young men and women in the region in this regard, and build their capacity to face the climate change in our region. In addition to that, we're providing reliable content and young success story that dealt with the problems related to the climate change and the environment in this region. The network support and embracing the young entrepreneurs and innovators are developing sustainable technologies and solutions and creating renewable energy systems, eco-friendly products, and implementing innovation approach to waste management and conservation. The network aims to educating communities about climate change with simple content and language and raise awareness in schools, communities, and online platforms, promoting understanding and action towards more sustainable lifestyle in Arabic language. And maybe this is the core of our network, because only 0.0% of the research it's in Arab language. And we created this platform and this network to translate from English and other language to our language, and to work with the young and all the society in our region. In addition, we're learning about adopting to eco-friendly practices in their daily life. Moreover, we are involved in building resilience within our committees, developing adaptation strategies and advocating for social justice and equity in climate change. Finally, the network believes that Arab youth have a unique opportunity to drive change and innovation in addressing climate change, leveraging and their energy, creativity, and determination to build a more sustainable future for our region and our network in the bridge to do that and lead to the transition to the green transform. Thank you.
Thank you, Loe. Over to David. I'll introduce him. David Palmer. He's a member of the YU community from Colombia, Venezuela. He's an ambassador of and emerging filmmakers program coordinator of INUTW. He's an independent curator, a film programmer with recognized experience in the Latin American region. He's also a photographer, a journalist, and a researcher. He has produced several audiovisual works that have portrayed the Vayu world. He has co-directed films such as Owners of the Water, Womanikat. He will share his perspectives on what he has done on the ground. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you very much. I would speak in Spanish for my sister. Ha habido más de 200 eventos relacionados a narrativa, a storytelling. Lo que significa de que los pueblos tenemos no solamente una contribución en contar las historias, sino que también estamos reafirmando que no tenemos un espacio para ser solamente beneficiarios, sino también una participación en la toma de decisiones. Dejando eso claro, decirles que en el programa de formación que tenemos, no solamente contamos las historias de quienes gestionan la vida por tener el territorio. También traemos... Okay. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to change to English. So it's really hard just to switch so quickly. So I would say that, narratives and, through our training programs also not only offer a platform for us to have a say in the big conversation, but also, what that means for us to portray ourselves, not only because we have the right to self-determination or self-representation, but also what it means for us to honor the gift of storytelling, and also for us to have another meaning or approach to what is being discussed and said here. We need also just to, recreate, based on facts, what is going on in the territories. And also one thing I would love to mention is that, by paying attention to what we have to say, we also learn, other means on how to interpret, what is ecology. For us, it's land defending. So I would say I want to celebrate all my relatives that are coming from all over the place just to, not only, participate in decision making, but also, doing the programming with film showcases, photography, and etc. I think it's really important, to recognize that we have not only a contribution, but also we have concrete contributions to what is the chance for us to get our imagination transformed towards climate crisis. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Loe. David. I would like to go to Shantanu Mandal. He is a dedicated representative of Brahma Kumari's youth to UNEP. He brings a unique blend of creativity and environmental advocacy to the forefront. He has a background in fashion design and a second bachelor's degree in fine arts. Shantanu intertwines art and sustainability. He is a radio presenter for Radio Madhuban and he hosts Yashasvi Bharat. He also is the UNFSS+2 Youth Task Force member and has been a prominent voice in various high-profile environmental conferences advocating for a vegan lifestyle and emphasizing the profound simplicity that kindness can bring to environmental activism. Over to you, Shantanu.
Thank you so much, Ankita, and I'm sorry that I interrupted David before to switch the language because many people were listening in English. But I really like our panel today here because we come from different areas, and I like the word that David mentioned before, relatives. I feel I am also a relative because we all come from the same family, belonging to one Mother Nature, and so we all are one family. How many of you agree to that? Shout out. Good. So I am Shantanu from the Brahma Kumaris, and we have certain stories here to share with you, which shares how values, when are at the core, they can lead us to create actions and projects that really touches the heart and enables sustainable changes. The first example would be of that of plantation that we do, but we do it with a little difference. Here in the picture you will see Her Excellency, the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, planting a tree. But the fact of this plantation scheme is different because what we do is we just emphasize on one person planting one tree for one planet. And when we do that, we use an application called Kalpataru, where let's say if you have planted a tree, you register the plant, and once you have registered the plant, what happens is you get for 3 months information on how to nurture that plant, but also information on how to nurture yourself. So self-care and plant care combined together. So far we have been able to plant over 1.6 million trees by 1.6 million people. And this change has been one of the most important changes. Another thing that we do is restoring practices and regenerative practices to restore land and landscapes. So we work in the arid regions of Kutch in India, where in some of the villages people would eat very little vegetables. They might know just potato, onion, and that's it. So we tried to bring in the concept of new tree gardens, kitchen gardens, and empower the local women with their traditional knowledge, watershed management. So far we have been able to support 3 villages, and 55 acres of grassland has been protected with some indigenous and native varieties of seeds. 15.5 acres of food forest has been planted, and so the story goes on. The last story that I want to share is about the food care initiative. We all understand that agriculture or our food practices is one of the key reasons for climate change. But once we start focusing on our plate, the planet doesn't need extra attention. Our plate can become a solution to mitigate a lot of climate issues. So this, again, is an initiative where we allow people to start a journey where they can transform their food habits and their style of living, and the resources are available here. I'll rest my stories here.
Thank you so much, Shantanu, for sharing that insightful presentation and views. And I think it's so important that we all realize we all have only one planet Earth, and for us to really come up with all these initiatives, how much are we really putting out to the people who don't have this ability to maybe connect to the internet, or they don't have the ability to have electricity? How are we actually reaching to those people? It really is something to think about. And I would like to go back to Nan Sedalia, if you're ready to just speak a little bit about your initiatives and what you're doing with the youth.
Hola, buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Nan Sedalia Ramírez Domínguez, soy de México. Estoy representando al Movimiento de Juventud de la Alianza Global de Comunidades Territoriales, que tiene presencia en Mesoamérica, la cuenca amazónica, Brasil, la cuenca del Congo y en el archipiélago. Nosotros, los jóvenes de comunidades territoriales, unimos nuestras voces y esfuerzos para defender y proteger nuestros territorios, reafirmando el compromiso que nos une con los bosques del mundo. Defendemos nuestro hogar con valentía y determinación. Llevamos con orgullo el legado de nuestros pueblos. Somos portadores de nuestra cultura, de nuestras tradiciones, y defendemos nuestra identidad. Pero todo esto se ve amenazado. El extractivismo, como un depredador, amenaza nuestra tierra y nuestra forma de vida tradicional. Nuestros bosques son talados, nuestros ríos envenenados, y nuestras montañas son arrasadas en busca de ganancias desmedidas. Nuestras tradiciones son amenazadas y nuestras comunidades son desplazadas, pero también nuestras vidas son arrebatadas. El año pasado, 117 vidas fueron arrebatadas en todo el mundo a defensores ambientales. El 36% de esas vidas eran de comunidades indígenas. De los 18 países registrados, solo 11 se registraron en América Latina. Y tan solo estamos hablando de aquellos casos que han sido registrados. No sabemos cuántas personas más han sido arrebatadas de la vida por defender al territorio y por defender el planeta. Quiero decirles que estas personas son superhéroes, que no tienen capa, que no tienen superpoderes, pero que están defendiendo la vida de todos nosotros. Son niños que sueñan con un futuro mejor, jóvenes que resisten con valentía, mujeres y abuelos que preservan la sabiduría ancestral. Y es aquí en donde como joven nos cuestionamos y preguntamos si realmente vale la pena seguir arriesgando nuestra vida, si realmente vale la pena seguir luchando, cuando después de estos eventos todo sigue la normalidad. Los gobiernos no cumplieron con las promesas pasadas y están haciendo nuevos acuerdos. Y las personas, la sociedad en general, vuelve a la vida común y nosotros volvemos a los territorios a seguir luchando, defendiendo a la tierra. No pueden hablar en nombre de las juventudes, no pueden hablar en nombre de que debemos de preservar y de procurar el futuro de los jóvenes si nosotros no estamos dentro de las negociaciones, si nosotros no estamos siendo incluidos. Porque hay espacios, nuestra voz es escuchada, pero no es tomada en cuenta. Y es lo que hemos venido aquí a pedir. Como jóvenes queremos que nuestra voz se escuche, pero que también vaya incluida en todas estas negociaciones. Nosotros, por nuestra parte, nos comprometemos a seguir cuidando, preservando la madre tierra. Por nosotros, por ustedes y por las futuras generaciones. Muchas gracias.
Just, there was a moment where English translation was not available. Basically, what my dear relative mentioned is that, what happens, when every session of the COP, finish up and then we go back. So that's why it's really important, not to let the rest of the people talk, to talk on our behalf. Because at the very end, what is needed, from the youth perspective, is our participation in the decision making. And that's basically, the main call out that my sister is, sharing with us. And also she mentioned, a data and numbers of people that have been killed at this place. So.
Thank you so much, Nancy Dalia. And I would like to add, Nancy Dalia mentioned that how much can we keep fighting as youth? Like, how long do we still, do this? Like, how long can we go on for? And I would just like to add, power of cooperation really helps here. Your cooperation with everyone, knowledge of what is going on, cooperation, and most importantly, I think the power of love for the planet and your own country and your own land is what can prevail, really. And I would like to ask one question I'm keeping it open to everyone here. Anyone can just take the mic and answer. I want to ask, as young leaders advocating for climate justice, how do you see the impact of youth-led initiatives, in addressing these climate crisis, global climate crisis, and what is your message for them?
Yeah, maybe I can start, and thanks for it. It's really a good question. To be honest, the young people can really doing a lot. And I think because we already fighting for our future, and we are fighting for the next generation future. So the youth can make a lot of things. For me, maybe the most important things is the entrepreneurs and the technologies that the youth already able to fight this climate change. Especially in our region, I saw a lot of Arab youth people who really have a lot of initiatives, a lot of entrepreneurs, and really they contribute to fighting the climate change and really to achieving for the climate justice. But of course, this is not easy. Also, we are looking for the support from the government, as both of my colleagues also mentioned that. And we already, as a network, established after COP27, because we saw that when we leave COP, everything well done. So there is nothing is happening on the ground. So we together establishing this network, and we starting to do something from the bottom. This is our idea now, is to start from the bottom, talking to the community. When all of the community in our land believe and know about the climate change and about the impact of the climate change, the government will move. But in the beginning, we need to start from the bottom and then increase a bit, scale up step by step. This is our mission and our point also. And thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, we have just 5 minutes left, so I would like to open it to the floor if anyone has any questions for our speakers. Yes, please.
¿Qué tal para la mexicana, compatriota? Preguntarle sobre su perspectiva del programa Sembrando Vida, que es, bueno, está la delegación mexicana muy orgullosa de ese programa y quisiera saber ustedes que están en territorio cuál es su perspectiva. Gracias.
Muchas gracias por su pregunta. Creo que el tema de Sembrando Vida es un poco controversial. Nosotros como comunidades indígenas y como comunidades locales hablamos de poder preservar y poder proteger los territorios y a su vez proteger los bosques. Entonces, el programa de Sembrando Vida funciona como una estrategia para combatir la deforestación. Eso es lo que oficialmente se dice. Sin embargo, creo que sí es un tema complicado para las comunidades porque solamente se habla de apoyos que ayudan en la recuperación de áreas degradadas, pero no de apoyos que ayudan en la conservación de los bosques que ya están. Entonces, sí, nuestro mensaje es que debe de haber financiamiento directo para las comunidades indígenas y comunidades locales que están protegiendo los bosques y no solamente estar hablando de acciones preventivas, sino más bien correctivas, sino más bien de acciones preventivas que sigan y que mantengan la vida del planeta.
Thank you so much to our esteemed speakers here present with us. We will conclude this conference and we have a few announcements. Tomorrow, actually, Youth Rising in Solidarity for Environmental Defenders and Safeguarding Lives. This is 11:30 to 1 p.m. where Nancy Dalia is also a speaker along with Shantanu Mandal. And also as Brahmakumaris, we are in the Faith Pavilion and we have a session tomorrow in the Faith Pavilion, Mobilizing Faith Community Towards Land Restoration. It's at 11:30 a.m. And we also have a Climate Wisdom Studio going on in our local center. It is with Laura Al-Mutari. She's a Kuwait researcher, and Bishop Marika Markowitz today. And it's happening every day, so anyone can join. I would like to conclude with just 1 minute of reflection on this entire session. And if Shantanu could help me with this, and if he can start.
So I would request everyone for this moment, just for this moment, be free from your mobiles, be free from your worries, and just for this moment, collect yourself. Bring all your thoughts in this space and focus all your attention on just one question. Who am I? Why I am here? What can I do for my family? A family that is sitting in this space, a family that is outside, a family that lives on this entire planet, a family that is this planet. Let's focus on this thought. Let me be that light that shines its positivity wherever we are. So for the rest of the day, be the light. Thank you.
We're finished. There is a group after.